Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. I'm Shah and this is Thoroughly Enjoyed Books. Today I am bringing you a video where I am going to be recommending you some black booktubers whose videos I recommend you go and check out. It didn't feel right to do a video without acknowledging what is going on at the minute, not just in the United States of America, but in the UK and around the rest of the world as well. I'm sure you've noticed. If you've not noticed, I genuinely don't know what you do with your life. There has been a week-long protest for the Black Lives Matter movement. This is so important, and it is so important that we as white people talk about this, stick up for our friends in black communities, and use our voices against the injustices in this world against black communities and people of colour, of course. I know I haven't got a huge platform, however, I do understand that I have a platform nonetheless. I have a voice because I am white, and it would be irresponsible of me not to talk about this at this time. For far too long, black people have been silent or silenced by white people. We have ignored their plights for too long, and it's time we all stood together. I'll be leaving links down below where you can donate and raise awareness and all that kind of thing, so definitely check the description box. The description box is much more important than my voice right now, so go down there. It's also extra poignant at the minute because this month is Pride Month, and of course Pride is a protest against the oppression that LGBT plus people face. Very important to acknowledge that the very first Pride was in fact the Stonewall riots. We got our rights by rioting, so we have a duty to stand with our black communities during this time. That being said, it is so important that I as a white person do not talk over our black friends and instead lift their voices, and that was the purpose of this video. We need to listen to what they have to say. We need to do what we can to support them. It is not for us to dictate what is and isn't the right form of protest. It isn't for us to dictate what they should and should not do, and it isn't for us to be silent. We have to stand together. We have to stand up. So I have got 10 booktubers that I highly recommend to you. Most of these I have been following for quite a long time. Others are very new to me, and I just want you to go and watch them. I've got a video specifically to recommend of theirs to go and watch, and I'll leave links down below to everyone. This is by no means an exhaustive list, but I think it is a very good place to start. And if you are white and have remained silent on this issue, I highly recommend that you speak up about this, use your voice to support our friends. So I have 10 booktubers that I am sharing with you today. Like I said, this is not an exhaustive list. There are plenty more people. However, I just decided to talk about these 10 for now. So the first two people I'm going to mention have been so active during all of this that they need to be shouted out. The first of those is Jessie from Bowties and Books. They have been on the front lines of the Minnesota protests. They have live streamed the protests, their involvement. They have taken videos and recordings and documented everything that's happened. They have talked about their experience and the way that the police are retaliating to these peaceful protests. And I highly recommend that you go and check out their Instagram and their Twitter. And if you know nothing, they are the best place to start. Jessie is a phenomenal member of booktube community as a whole. They do so much work for the black community always, and I highly recommend that you go and watch everything on their channel. But in particular, I recommend that you go and check out their Black Girl Magic videos. This is a series where they talk about fantasy books that are written by black authors and feature black main characters, and it is so fantastic to see those voices being lifted, to see them being brought to the forefront. And of course, they're not always good reviews. There are some very negative reviews that they talk about on their channel, but they always prioritize reading those books, and those videos are so good. Definitely go and watch them. And the next booktuber you should check out is Nox from Nox Reads. Nox is a Latinx black booktuber, and they have been very vocal about all of this that has been going on. They recently featured in my Small Booktubers live, and they talk a lot about being Latinx on their channel. Definitely go and check them out. They have also created a wonderful resource where you can go and learn how to be anti-racist. It's got organisations to donate to, people to follow, books to read. It's got so much information in it. I'll leave that down below as well. You definitely need to go and check that out and educate yourself as much as you can. It is not for black people to educate you on your ignorance. However, that resource that they have created is phenomenal. The video I want to recommend by them is the Latinx booktuber tag. Go and watch that and educate yourself on the diversity of booktube. Okay, and the next person I have to recommend is Cecelia from That Disney Chick. Cecelia is a really new booktuber to me. I only discovered them in the last week or so, but they created an amazing video about books that all white people need to read about race. It's got some fantastic recommendations in there, from white fragility to Why I Stopped Speaking to White People About Race. It also has The Fire this time. It's got a few Angela Davis books in there. Definitely go and check it out. It's got so many amazing recommendations, but they also have so many fantastic videos on their channel as well. They've been so outspoken on Twitter, particularly in regards to being mixed race and the different perception that she was brought up with from her mother and her father. So definitely go and check out Cecelia's videos. Like I said, they're fantastic. The video on all the books that white people should be reading is fantastic, and you should definitely go in and check out all of those books. Then we have the lovely Mel from Mel the Raven Girl. Mel is a British booktuber. Again, she is mixed race, and she talks about that on her channel and how she fits in with the white and the black communities. And that, again, is a very important topic of discussion. I love her channel in general. I've been following her for about 18 months now. I think she's absolutely great. Her videos make me so happy. She is just such a bundle of energy. And the video that I recommend you go and check out on her channel is actually her new reading vlog, because it will really cheer you up with everything that's going on. She's just a little angel, and I think she's adorable, and I love watching her videos. Also, she's northern, which is always a plus in my book. Next, we have Olivia from Olivias Catastrophe. Her channel, again, is so good. I really enjoy watching it. She has such a diverse channel. She talks about so many different books by black authors. She also talks about a lot of the popular books on BookTube, and just makes some really interesting content. She's always got something important to say. She's always got something really interesting to listen to, and definitely one that if you're not already subscribed to, you should go and subscribe to her. I just think she's great. I discovered her recently when she was shouted out by Jean, and ever since then I've just loved watching her content. It's so creative and unique and just so different. The video I recommend by her is her recommendations for books written by black authors about black characters. It's got so many different books in there that you might not have heard of, and that I think you would really enjoy. Next, we have Ghost Reader. The video that I am recommending is actually his black booktuber shoutouts. There are so many people in that list. Go and check it out. I need to work my way through it and watch all their videos. There are so many amazing people on that list. You definitely need to go and check them out. Then we have Chanelle from Chanelle Time. You probably already know Chanelle. She's fantastic. She's been making a lot of videos lately that have just been blowing my mind. A lot of discussion videos. She did a video recently about Laurie and Amy from Little Women. She's been doing a lot of videos with Cindy that are just hilarious. Their banter is fantastic. But the video I recommend in particular for Chanelle is Everything Wrong with John Ambrose McLaren, where she goes on a half-hour rant about everything that is wrong with this character in this film. The film is P.S. I Still Love You, which is the adaptation of Jenny Han's books. It's the second in the To All the Boys I've Loved Before series. Oh my god, that was the most long-winded way that I could have ever talked about this. I love John Ambrose McLaren. I think he's beautiful. I think he's a big softie, but I also really enjoyed watching Chanelle's video because she got opinions. Next is Naya from Naya Reads and Smiles. Naya has the best introduction phrase ever, and every time I hear her say it, she just brightens up my day. Naya is another booktuber who has a lot of bubbly personality that really comes out in her videos. She really shines. She's really bright and energetic, and I love that kind of personality. It just makes me so happy. The video that I recommend from Naya is her video where she talks about being black on BookTube. Now in this video she talks about her experiences, both positive and negative. She talks about the friendship she's made. She talks about other black booktubers, the place that people have on BookTube, and it's just a great listen, and I highly recommend that you go and watch that if you think that there's enough diversity on BookTube and if you think that diversity isn't an issue, because she really goes in depth with it, and I'd rather you listen to her voice about that than mine. Next, I have another very new to me booktuber, one who doesn't post very frequently, but when they do, they post amazing content. I've just sat and binged watched them all day. I actually discovered this channel today, and that is Jourdan from Left on Red. Now, Jourdan talks a lot about black books written by black people, featuring black characters, and has a huge range of books on their channel. And the video that I am going to recommend is 15 books to read for Black History Month, where they list, you got it, 15 books that you should read during Black History Month. Black History Month is in February, but we shouldn't just be reading black books in February, black literature in February. We should be reading it all year round. So definitely go and check out that video and get some reads from there. And the last person I have to talk about is Jessica from Jessica Nicole Dickerson. Now, she's another one with a really bubbly personality, but she's the host of the Brown Girl Book Club. Now, this is a book club where they read books by people of colour, particularly women of colour, and share those stories. They do a live show. It's so good. It's so much fun. So I think they've only talked about a couple of books on their book club recently, but they only started it at the beginning of the year, I believe. So definitely go and check that out and see the books that they are talking about on their channel. So those are all the black booktubers that I'm going to talk about today. Like I said, it is so important that we support these booktubers, not just during this time, but always. We must always be raising up black voices. We must always be making sure that people's voices are heard. It's so easy to turn a blind eye to these issues if they don't affect you, but that just makes it all the more important to listen to them, to see them, to help them no matter what, and to never back down and never stop fighting the good fight. Thank you for watching. I'll leave everybody down below. Make sure that you go and subscribe to all of them because they're fantastic people and they definitely deserve your support. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another one very, very soon. Take care.